A long time ago in a faraway land, gigantic pyramids were built by unknown people as tombs for their pharaoh kings. At least, that's what we were taught. But what if this is only a small part of the bigger picture? What if there's more to these enigmatic structures than meets the eye? In today's video, we are going to look at some very strange features of the pyramids and see if there are any clues left behind by our ancestors that can help us to understand what they really were. You are watching this channel. Join me today as we look at some amazing new discoveries and recent findings that bring us closer to solving one of humanity's greatest mysteries. Let's start with a cinematic intro, because when you think about it, the pyramids are actually pretty cinematic. They're mysterious, majestic, and massive. They've survived the test of time, and they continue to baffle scientists even today. Let's play up that mystery and majesty a little bit and set the stage for today's show. Check out this dramatic music. This is called cinematic intro. So let's talk about the pyramids of Egypt. We all know how impressive these structures are, but did you know that they could be so much more than just tombs for pharaohs? Some people believe that the pyramids were actually massive power generators that harness the power of the sun and the earth. Sounds crazy, right? But stay with me, because there are some interesting details that make this theory more plausible than you might think. When the pyramids were first built over 4,000 years ago, they were considered to be the tallest and greatest structures ever made by man. It wasn't until the modern era that skyscrapers surpassed them in height. But despite their age, the pyramids still stand strong and are a testament to the engineering skills of the ancient Egyptians. They're also a source of endless fascination and speculation, with many people wondering about their true purpose. Most people are taught that the pyramids were built as tombs for the pharaohs, but there is evidence to suggest that there was more to these structures than just being a final resting place for royalty. Some researchers believe that the pyramids were actually used as power-generating stations. To understand this theory, we need to take a closer look at the pyramids themselves. One of the most interesting things about the Great Pyramid is its shape. The pyramid has a square base and four triangular sides that meet at a point at the top. This shape has been replicated around the world and is often used as a symbol of power and strength. But it turns out that the pyramid shape is also ideal for generating power. You see, the pyramid shape is what's known as an electromagnetic megaphone. This means that it can amplify electromagnetic waves and energy. In fact, the Great Pyramid is thought to be a natural resonant chamber for electromagnetic energy. This is because of the way that the pyramid is constructed with layers of granite and limestone. These materials are excellent conductors of energy, which means that they can help to focus and amplify electromagnetic waves. But why would the ancient Egyptians have built a giant resonant chamber? Well, it's possible that they knew about the power-generating potential of the pyramid shape and used this knowledge to create a massive energy-generating station. In fact, there are some strange architectural choices that the ancient builders made that seem to support this theory. For example, there are air shafts that lead from the chambers inside the pyramid to the outside world. Some researchers believe that these shafts were used to allow energy to flow in and out of the pyramid. There are also several small holes that are located at the top of the pyramid. These holes are perfectly aligned with the stars in the sky. Some researchers believe that these alignments were used to harness the energy of the stars. Now, before we go any further, let me just say that there is no concrete evidence to support the idea that the ancient Egyptians used the pyramids as power generators. This is just a theory that's based on some interesting observations and correlations. However, there is one person who took this idea and ran with it. I'm talking about Nikola Tesla, the famous inventor and electrical engineer who is considered to be one of the fathers of modern electricity. Tesla was obsessed with the idea of wireless energy transmission, and he believed that the pyramids could be used as massive transmitters and receivers of energy. In fact, he purchased the island of Nantucket in the early 1900s specifically because it resembled the shape of a pyramid, and he wanted to use it to test his theories. He planned to build a giant transmitter on the island that would allow him to send energy wirelessly across the globe. Unfortunately, Tesla was never able to complete his project due to a lack of funding and the outbreak of World War II, but he did make some significant progress, and he was able to demonstrate wireless energy transmission on a small scale. One of Tesla's most famous inventions was the Wardenclyffe Tower, which was a massive radio transmitter that was built on Long Island, New York. The tower was designed to transmit energy wirelessly across the Atlantic Ocean, and Tesla believed that it could be used to power homes and businesses all around the world. Sadly, the tower was never finished and it was dismantled in 1917, but the plans for the Wardenclyffe Tower were very similar to the design of the pyramids. Both structures had a pyramid shape, and they were designed to harness the power of electromagnetic waves. So, could it be that Tesla was onto something? Did he uncover a secret that the ancient Egyptians already knew? It's possible. After all, the pyramids are thousands of years old, and they still stand as a testament to the ingenuity of the ancient builders. If they were able to harness the power of the cosmos in such a magnificent way, then it's not too far-fetched to think that they may have used the pyramids as massive power generators. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. The shape of the pyramid is ideal for generating power because it's an electromagnetic megaphone. The ancient builders of the pyramids made some strange architectural choices that seem to support this theory. And Nikola Tesla believed that the pyramids could be used as wireless energy transmitters. But there's more. There are esoteric symbols and sacred geometric patterns hidden within the pyramids that suggest a deeper meaning. For example, the ratio of the base of the pyramid to its height is the same as the ratio of the diagonal of the base to the height. This is known as the golden ratio, and it's often used in art and architecture to create balance and harmony. The golden ratio can also be found in nature, such as in the spiral patterns of seashells and the branching of trees. Some researchers believe that the ancient Egyptians intentionally used the golden ratio in the construction of the pyramids because it represents balance and harmony between the physical and metaphysical realms. The ancient Egyptians were known for their obsession with aligning their structures with the stars in the sky. The Great Pyramid is aligned with the constellation of Orion, and the Sphinx is aligned with the constellation of Leo. These alignments suggest that the ancient Egyptians believed that there was a connection between the physical world and the world of the stars. They may have believed that the stars could provide guidance and wisdom to those who knew where to look. This idea is supported by the fact that the pyramids were often used as observatories. So what does it all mean? What if we've been wrong about the pyramids all along? What if they were never just tombs for pharaohs, but instead were massive power generators that harness the power of the sun and the stars? Of course, this is just a theory and there is no concrete evidence to support it. But the idea is intriguing and it makes you wonder what else our ancestors knew that we've forgotten. What do you think? Were the pyramids of Giza just tombs, or were they something much greater? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, be sure to subscribe for more ancient mysteries decoded. Thanks for joining me on this journey through time and space. I hope you've learned something new and perhaps you've seen the pyramids in a whole new light. Who knows? Maybe the ancient Egyptians were more advanced than we give them credit for. Keep an open mind and a curious heart, and you never know what secrets of the universe you might uncover. Until next time, my friends, stay curious and keep asking questions. The answers you seek may be closer than you think.